When I was little, the one thing I always looked in movies was the badass in the film, the one that kicked ass and did all the cool shit. Well, I grew up on Power Rangers, which basically did that for my age, and also watched The Matrix when I was little with Neo kicking ass. But these past couple of years, we haven't really seen a badass in film besides John Wick, until we got The Punisher. Back in 2015, we had the second Avengers movie that brought all our favorite superheroes together and kind of let us down, Avengers Age of Ultron. In the same year, we also got one that let us up and had a new interpretation of a superhero that we haven't seen, Ant-Man, with Paul Rudd's amazing performance. Later on in that year, we were graced by a new show on Netflix called Marvel's Daredevil, which starred Charlie Cox in these amazing action scenes. They had this amazing scene where it was just a one-take shot in a hallway with him kicking ass. But later that year, we got Jessica Jones, which was also a badass, but kind of let people down, so we were waiting what was next. The year after that, we got Daredevil Season 2, which introduced to my favorite Netflix superhero, The Punisher. Later in 2017, November 17th, we got The Punisher Season 1, which introduced us to this new badass that we've seen two interpretations in film, The Punisher and The Punisher Warzone, which were just okay, but I personally love both of those movies. But first, we have to go back to Daredevil Season 2, where we were first introduced to Frank Castle and his character. So, in this show, we saw John Bernthal as the Punisher, kicking ass, going to jail, fighting people with all these axes, and introduced us to this character that lost everything and just wants to find the killer and kill him, and we get a short introduction with him in the first part of Season 2. Then, fast forwarding to his own season, we continue that with his journey, and he killed everyone on the list that he was establishing in the first part of Daredevil Season 2. In the beginning of Season 1, we see Frank Castle kicking ass, finishing up his list of all the people he has killed. And now we get to see a new Frank Castle. He thinks he's killed everyone, but he just does not feel it's right. Through the show, we see this amazing cast of all these amazing characters throughout the whole show. We get Mandani, an FBI agent that's trying to help Frank and solve this mystery of why these murders are happening, why are a lot of people dying, which of course is Frank Castle because he is a badass. We also get Billy Russo, which is Frank Castle's friend. We ultimately find out that he killed his wife and his children. We meet his friend Curtis, which is a veteran that lost his leg in the war that was friends with Frank Castle, and he's trying to help people throughout the war with PTSD. And this is an amazing storyline that we get through the whole series and continuing through Season 2 of him trying to help people through this pain that he has been through and just trying to make people's lives easier as possible once they get back from the war, because they know it's very difficult, which makes him a very heartfelt character. We also get Karen Page from Daredevil, see her in this show, kind of doing her mystery thing, which is very interesting because she fits very, very, very good in this show and really kills it in here. We also get to see a person that is struggling through PTSD and kind of going crazy and eventually wanting to commit suicide or kill his dad, which is an amazing part of Season 1 that a lot of people forget. But through the first season, I found myself loving every single second of what was happening, down to the music choices they did for editing or little endings, or even the intro's music is amazing. And I love every single part of the music that's put in these shows. The shots that they make, the action are just incredible, and the acting is on par with everything else, which makes for a great Season 1. To see Frank Castle kick Billy Russo with his freaking head and bashing into the glass in the carousel. Just an amazing end to Season 1. Now we're here in 2019 and we just got Season 2 of The Punisher. And the trailer came out a week ago and I did not watch it because I wasn't really excited. All these superhero movies and TV shows just kind of messing with my mind, and I'm not enjoying movies as much as I usually do because of this. And it's kind of just dying down for me. until I sat down and started watching the first episode of Punisher. The first episode alone introduced Frank Castle where he was been and where he has been, and on this new journey kind of going across the country and finding himself with a new love interest that I really enjoyed that whole thing and how they kind of did flashbacks and kind of cutting. I just love the whole scene and how they told his story in a kind of quick montage with a new girl we have never met before. We also got introduced to an amazing new character, Amy, which was brilliantly played by Georgia Wingham, if I'm saying that right. But honestly, this season's first episode just kind of caught me off guard on this amazing little journey that starts Frank Castle's character off in a new direction with this new girl named Amy trying to run away from this guy named Pilgrim and these photos that they keep on talking about. And plus, on the other hand, we still don't know where Jigsaw is and what that story is in the first episode. I'm already intrigued. Throughout the whole show was just flawless filmmaking, in my opinion. Music is one of the most important things in film and TV, in my opinion. When you're playing a song to hype up a scene or to make it kind of sad and sappy, it's very important what song you listen to. And when you listen to a new song from a movie you just saw and you start listening to that constantly, you're gonna think about the movie. That's why it's so important. Some of the shots in season 2 are just incredible to me. There's this one where Frank Castle has captured this guy and they're just walking across this kind of pier type of thing next to the water, and it's just this kind of shot that's going sideways, very slow, just following them walking, and I love every second of that. I'm like, wow, this blew my mind, even though it's probably the most simplest shots they did in this whole series. We also got Curtis back in this season with a huge role in here, which I'm glad they did. We got more of Frank Castle's friends to help him, where he's not alone. He's not just the Punisher, where he feels like he has to have everything on him and this burden. Now this kid he has to take care of. We also get Mindani back, struggling with her problems with Jigsaw and what he has caused for her and how she's dealing with that with getting shot in the head last season. But overall, this season is incredible and I love every single minute of it, which that's why it brought me to make this video. Because there's been a lot of rumors that this is going to get canceled just like Daredevil has, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist. But honestly, I am here to say that I want a season 3. I want a season 4. I want this to continue because this is personally my favorite show of all time because it literally brings back the badass hero that I've been wanting since when I was little, and that's the only thing I looked for in movies, and then I was a happy camper. Please watch Punisher Season 2. It is amazing, well acted, beautifully shot. Punisher Season 3, do not cancel this, please. Because I am a fan of Punisher. You should be a fan of Punisher. Let's all kick some ass with a fucking machine gun.